Welcome back. I am Collins Trott, Child Development Faculty on the Wallace Community College Dothan campus. In this episode, we are going to be learning about observation and documentation, the key to intentional teaching. To provide children with a safe and nurturing learning environment and to maintain program effectiveness, teachers must incorporate observation, documentation, and assessment into their daily routines. To truly be effective, teachers must develop skills and strategies that are grounded in best practices. In this episode, we will focus on the following objectives. 1. Explain how observation and documentation can be used as a key strategy to ensure intentional teaching. 2. Describe how to effectively use observation. And 3. Summarize how to objectively document the interactions you see and the conversations that you hear. It is important to note that becoming a skilled observer takes time and practice, and that learning how to incorporate observation, documentation, and assessment into your regular routines and daily duties requires some thoughtful consideration. So join me, Miss Trott, as we learn all about observation and documentation, the key to intentional teaching. Observations are conducted every day in early childhood classroom environments. Intentional teachers use their observations to plan and implement curriculum, set up engaging learning environments, monitor the children's social interactions, track behaviors, communicate with families, and assess each child's progress and development. Essentially, observations help teachers be more accountable. The role of observation is to provide teachers with information and evidence that they will need to make informed decisions on how to best support the children in their care. To truly observe a child, you must be present, knowledgeable, inquisitive, and intentional. With every observation, you will sharpen your skills as you learn how to effectively gather objective evidence and detailed data. Observations can be spontaneous or planned. Spontaneous observations occur all the time. According to Piaget, children require long, uninterrupted periods of play and exploration so they can discover things for themselves. If we truly believe that children are capable of socializing, problem solving, and creating complex systems with rules, then we can successfully use spontaneous observation to capture a child's development as it unfolds naturally. Let's now discuss focused or planned observations. Becoming a skilled observer takes practice. Since your time is limited and you cannot possibly observe everything, incorporating a planned observation will help you navigate through your busy day and you will be able to gather more specific evidence. Some questions that you may want to ask yourself as you plan for your next observation include: when should I observe? Where should I observe? What observation methods should I use? Who should I observe? And what is the focus of my observation, or what am I looking for? One of the cornerstones of a high-quality early care and education program is the practice of observing, documenting, and assessing children's development. When we document children's learning and collect key artifacts, we create tangible evidence that we can share with the children and their families, along with administrators and stakeholders. There are many ways you can record and document children's learning. In fact, you should attempt to utilize several methods as a part of your regular observation routine. To safely store your collected data, you will need to have an organized system in place. As you collect observation evidence for each child, it is vital that you date everything so that you can organize it chronologically. Knowing the whole child, you are better equipped to build on each child's individual interests, and you are more apt to plan developmentally appropriate activities. Whether you collect evidence through spontaneous or planned observations, you will use your documentation to ultimately assess a child's learning, growth, and development. Intentional teachers must learn how to write objective observations. As you observe, it is best to write down all that you see and hear and just report the facts. It takes practice to learn how to separate facts from opinions. The first thing you have to do is recognize your bias. Bias is prejudice in favor or against one thing, person, or group compared with another, usually a way considered to be unfair. Biases, we all have them. Bias stem from our upbringing. Every interaction and every experience we have had shape who we are. To some degree, our bias influence our beliefs and behaviors. They sway our attitudes and they affect our personalities. As intentional teachers, we have to recognize our bias so we can treat all children with respect that they deserve. So as not to lose our objectivity, it is important to keep an open heart, an open mind, and a clear lens. As intentional teachers, one of our primary roles is to empower children and to build meaningful relationships by creating warm, caring environments. Every day, teachers observe, record, and capture essential moments in a child's development. The evidence and artifacts that are gathered are then used to plan curriculum and assess development. As a key element to an intentional teacher, we must also consider the perspective of the child. Consider this. Does the teacher's presence change the context of the child's experience? As a student who is learning to observe and document a child's development, it is important for you to consider, understand, and follow certain guidelines when observing children. By following these guidelines, you are providing the children you observe with the respect they deserve while ensuring their dignity and safety. The center and the programs where you are observing are trusting you to act with integrity while you are at their site observing their children. Lastly, families will appreciate that you will have their child's best interests at heart. Now let's review what we've learned. To become a skilled observer takes time and practice. You will need to figure out your rhythm so that you can incorporate observation and documentation into your regular routine. As an intentional teacher, you will want to plan systematic observations so that you can document each child's unique qualities, interests, developmental strengths, and needs, as well as uncover their cultural practices, approaches to learning and play, preferences throughout the school year. As you gather evidence, you will want to be as objective as you can be, and you will have to recognize your biases. As you collect your documentation on each child, you will want to organize it in a chronological manner and store it safely. Lastly, be sure to observe every child in your class. Be aware that some children may catch your attention more than others for one reason or another. That wraps us up for this episode. You can learn more about this topic by reviewing the resources posted in your course. As always, if you have any questions, please contact me or your instructor. Thanks for joining me, Miss Trott, as we learned all about observation and documentation, the key to intentional teaching. See you next time.